Let me tell you something about this door. It looks brand new. All the tracks brand new. Springs are new. Cables are new. The belt's new. The motor's new. And it is struggling. And I'm gonna go through, change all my brackets. These are number 3 brackets. I'm gonna change my guide pins, and we're gonna get a little looby-dooby, WD-40, get in there and just make sure everything's fine. So I'll show you what this thing does. This is foam, by the way, just in case we accidentally open a door on a car on the back. This door will lift perfect, it lowers perfect until it don't. And it sits here, and we'll reenact it. It'll be like, that's what happens. It gets about right in here, and it goes crazy. I've checked these tracks, and there's no damage to them. I'm not sure what's going on. So, anyhow, we'll see. My uncle used to work for a garage place for a long time, and he's done a lot of garage stuff. And he told me everything looks pretty good, but I got to change most of that out. It was years ago. We've wallered it out since, so we're gonna do it. Don't mind my dogs barking. This is what about $40 gets you on Amazon. Nice number 3 hinges, nice poly wheels. Seems like a decent bearing. We will see. Time will tell. It could be complete garbage. I don't know. Well, I'll be. This thing's gonna make a fool of me. It's shut. I will tell you this, before we get into a time lapse, I have adjusted this spring to relieve just a little tension, so there's less pressure going down. There's less lift assist going down. A few days ago, before I thought I should put this on YouTube, this door would get cockeyed, and it'd be a little higher on that side. My mom and my wife actually mentioned it. So good catch on them. I'm gonna get in here and change these out real fast in a hurry, and we'll see how she looks. I'm hoping I can change all this without getting buck wild and crazy in here. And I need some music on. So I gotta figure out how to do that while recording on an iPhone. Yeah, I don't have a GoPro budget. You thought I was about to have a tea party. No. This just got very aggravating. I ordered this kit online. I ordered a number 3 hinge set, and I've checked my listing, and they ship a number 3 hinge set. That's what is on this door. These are number 1 hinge sets that they arrived with. What that means is, if you look at this laying flat on the ground, where that bearing goes through this slide, this hole, it is closer to your point of pivot. What that means, if you don't know, for example, look at here. See how far back? It's not even on the door. So if I were to use these hinges, this pin is way off. Why am I concerned about this? I'm gonna tell you. I believe that these collars, these shafts, whatever you want to call them, are worn out. We have a worn out shaft alert. And you could laugh at that all you want. But I do believe that these end of these tapers are worn out. But I'm gonna run it, we'll see. Maybe I can get them to send the right ones. These look good, I'm gonna be honest with you, but there's a lot of play in these ends. But what I'm looking at too is this shaft is perfect on the new ones, obviously. Look at this old one. Whew. I hope you can see that. There is a taper and a half right through here. And you may not be able to see that on this video, but just, you gotta believe it, because I'm looking right at it. Derek Barry, anybody? So yeah. I set my coffee on my Jeep earlier on the hood, and then I opened the hood to check the oil, and I found out my coffee went through the windshield cowling, leaked everywhere, so then I had to rinse the whole Jeep. All right, let me get back to this. Wha-bam, there's the new top. We have a hard top too. We're trying to save up for a twill top, but we're gonna run this brown one temporary because I got it on clearance, brand new, $167, open box. That was almost bad. Take a look at that. I took off the lift where the spring connects. I wasn't even thinking about it, and just yeah, I know somebody wanted to hear that twice. Yeah, it took off. Woo! I took my gloves off because I need to have my textile features. God, boy, it got my knuckle. And it got my hand. All right, I gotta be careful. That was not good. I gotta figure that out. I look like an idiot. Yeah. Trying to show you guys. As I drop everything. So just a heads up, the springs on the right garage door are newer. The ones on the left are 20-something years old. You saw that difference, how it raised it. Now the one on the right is adjusted a little bit higher on the trim to clear a roof rack on the vehicle. Now let's watch them go down. I want to see this right door, how bad it's still swaying. I'm gonna take that as a win. I've sat here and battled this door for about, I don't know why I'm yelling, I got a microphone. I've battled this door for about 4 years, and I should have just called somebody in the first place and said, hey, get this thing out of here. But before, I should have done a better video. I do have, at the beginning I showed it, but it's like, gah, 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 gah. Sometimes it would get so bad, there'd be like a 3-inch gap on one side versus the other when it hit the floor. So I just changed out those rollers. We'll see how they do. They seem to be fine. There's just so much slack. I got these adjusted nice up here. The rest of them aren't adjustable, but I mean, they square up nice. It's just, man, maybe this track is just worn out. I highly doubt that, seriously. So the people that owned this house before us, they built the whole neighborhood. And this home was built for the daughter of the family that built the neighborhood. And we're not really a neighborhood, we're like a back road. There's a couple little spurs off of it. But we're out in the county and all. Anyways, this home they built really well with everything. There's extra plugs through the whole house. Everything's built nice. It's an awesome home. But these doors, whew, they should have had one big boy right here. These doors have been a nightmare. But you know, it is what it is. I'll say this, the lady that lived here, she drove one car in on this side over and over and over. Never, ever, ever used the right bay. And whenever we bought the house, we took right in and did the same thing. And that motor went out immediately. And then we just changed both of them, the belt system, all that, just to make sure it went through, tightened everything, you know, all that good jazz. So I've just been battling it. I'm not a garage door expert, don't claim to be one, but I think I can live with that. I will say this, if you look at this door right now, I know the floor may not be perfectly level. It's a little out of square on the right. So who knows, maybe that's half my problem. I'm assuming it's not, but it could be. And what I'm referring to is this pivot point, this roll, where this roll begins. Is it square on that side? Are they at the exact same height? Because the way I look at it, this concrete floor has a taper of about 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch over about 25 feet down over there, which is fine. It drains out perfect. So I'm curious if this rail versus this rail is getting that feedback right in this area. And the reason I mention this is you can see this is, if I'm looking at it backwards, is lower than this side. It's a little up. So that tells me my floor is not squared to this chassis. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it some time. Maybe we'll come back through here and go from there. But yeah, you can see it's higher right here. And then on top of that, I'm going to show you something too. I don't have a measuring tape on me. Actually, I think there might be one hanging there somewhere. This wheel, there's about 1 inch clearance above this hardware. This wheel, maybe 1 1/4 inches, so I know for a fact this is off. That's my micrometer, so don't hold me to that, but I think that might be half a problem. We will see. These belts are wearing nice. All right, I'm done there. I got a hard top to hang from the roof in my 30 by 30 shop. I got to mount the bracket and all. I'm working with a back injury, so I'm gonna be sluggish. That'll be on another video.